Hi everyone, it's Luis again. Today I'm gonna do a video on my rescued phalaenopsis, and just to tell you a little background about it, uh, a few blocks from here, there we have a convenience store, and I frequent it pretty often before this coronavirus thing started. And there was this phalaenopsis on the windowsill on one of the businesses along the way. And what happened is that the phalaenopsis health was deteriorating. It was severely dehydrated. And every time I would pass by, I would just cringe at the idea that somebody's neglecting this orchid. So I wanted to save it. And one day I called the business up and I told them, uh, can I rescue your orchid? And they said, sure, come and get it. So what I did is I walked over there and they gave me a practically dead orchid. And I have a picture of it so you guys can see it. And it looked pretty bad. This is the phalaenopsis that was in the windowsill. And as you can see, it was very dehydrated. And so my goal was that I was going to save this plant. And this was back in February of last year. And after I hydrated it, gave it water, the leaves swelled up and they weren't shriveled anymore. So shortly after that, I saw that. So I was happy because I didn't know, well, is this going to be a bloom spike or is this going to be another plant? I don't know. So right now we're in May. So it's been a year and 4 months since I rescued this plant. And this is what it looks like now. Ta-da! Isn't this amazing? Of course, you see a little damage from the dehydrated leaves, but as you can see, once I rehydrated the plant, the parts that were too desiccated or dead, those parts did not come back, and they didn't swell up like the other part. And these two leaves were the ones that you saw in the picture, and they were much smaller. And I'll show them to you again for comparison. Here you go. So that's that. And as you can see, it's the same plant. And you can see it had 3 bloom spikes at that time, back in February. But in this year's time, these leaves grew humongous. And it gave me a bloom. Now, I did not repot the plant because I was afraid that I was going to lose the plant. So what I did immediately is soak it in water. And it came back. And it gave me this beautiful bloom. There's 5 flowers in it. And what I like about it is that each individual flower is unique. If you can see on this one, it has 1 dot. So it goes from 1. Let me move this closer so you guys can see better. How about here? It goes from 1 to 3 right here. And then this other one, this one has 4. And then this one has 3. And then this one has 8 or 9, depending on whether you count this one as 1 or 2. But I love that this phalaenopsis was rescued, and with proper care, these plants can bloom for you. And this is a great example of a rescued phalaenopsis, rescuing it from dying. And it's beautiful. Now these phalaenopsis with these dots, these are the new type of hybrids that have been created, and they're called Harlequin phalaenopsis. So there you go. This is a phalaenopsis, no ID, rescued phalaenopsis from down the street in one of the businesses. And I rescued it, and once it loses the bloom, I will repot it in fresh media. And like I said, I did not want to hurt it anymore. And that's why I didn't repot it when I got it. But if you can see, you still see the damage from the dehydration, both on this leaf and even on this one back here. But it came along a year and 4 months later. It's perfectly healthy, and it gave me a beautiful bloom. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I have other orchids that I do videos on, like Paphiopedilums. I do Cattleyas and Cyclias, Dendrobiums, all of those. So just go ahead and look at my other videos. Thank you.